It was a cold and gloomy morning when I found myself standing at the platform, waiting for the train that would take me on a journey I had been anticipating for weeks. The platform was bustling with people, all with their own stories, their own destinations. The air was filled with the scent of freshly brewed coffee and the sound of chattering voices. It was a typical scene at a busy train station, but for me, it held the promise of adventure and new beginnings. I had always been fascinated by train journeys. The idea of traveling across vast landscapes, watching the world change outside my window, and meeting interesting people along the way had always excited me. This particular journey was significant. As I was on my way to visit an old friend I hadn't seen in years. We had reconnected through social media, and the excitement of the reunion had grown with each passing day. As I stood on the platform, my heart raced with anticipation. I checked my watch, and the train was due to arrive any minute. The rhythmic clanking of the tracks grew louder, and soon, the train appeared in the distance. It was a massive, sleek machine, a marvel of engineering. The bright red locomotive pulled a long line of carriages behind it, each with its own story to tell. The train came to a screeching halt in front of me, and the doors of the carriage nearest to me slid open. I stepped inside, and a sense of nostalgia washed over me. The familiar smell of old leather seats and the rhythmic rocking of the carriage instantly brought back memories of my childhood train journeys. I found my seat by the window, and I settled in for the long ride ahead. As the train pulled out of the station, I watched the platform disappear behind me. The cityscape gave way to the open countryside, and I was treated to a breathtaking view of rolling hills, vast fields, and quaint little villages. The landscape changed with every passing minute, and I couldn't help but be captivated by the beauty of the world outside. I had always been a writer, and the inspiration that came from train journeys was unmatched. There was something about the constant motion and the changing scenery that fueled my creativity. I pulled out my notebook and pen and began jotting down my thoughts and observations. The hours flew by as the train continued its journey. I made small talk with the fellow passengers around me, sharing stories and experiences. I was reminded of how trains had a unique way of bringing people together. We were all on our individual journeys, but for a brief moment, our paths had crossed in this moving steel beast. The sun was beginning to set when the train made its first significant stop. It was a picturesque little town with cobblestone streets and cozy cafes. I decided to disembark and explore. The fresh air hit me, and I realized how much I had missed the sensation of solid ground beneath my feet. I wandered through the town, taking in the charming architecture and the warmth of the locals. I found a small cafe and sat down for a meal. As I sipped my coffee, I couldn't help but feel grateful for the spontaneous decision to explore this quaint town. It was a reminder that sometimes, the journey was just as important as the destination. With the sun now low in the sky, I returned to the train, knowing that I had made the most of the unexpected detour. The train journey resumed, and the darkness outside descended upon us. The landscape became a mysterious, shadowy world, with only the occasional flash of light from passing towns. I had made my way to the dining car, where I ordered a glass of wine and shared stories with fellow passengers. It was a diverse group of people, each with their own tales to tell. There was a young backpacker exploring the world, an elderly couple celebrating their 50th wedding anniversary, and a businessman traveling for a crucial meeting. We laughed, exchanged advice, and marveled at the connections we had made on this moving train. As the night wore on, and the wine continued to flow, I decided to return to my seat. The gentle rocking of the train and the low hum of its engines were soothing. I gazed out of the window and saw the stars twinkle in the night sky. It was a reminder of how vast and mysterious the universe was, and how small we were in comparison. With a sense of contentment, I closed my eyes and drifted off to sleep. I dreamed of the adventures that lay ahead and the reunion with my friend. The train journey had already been a remarkable experience, and I couldn't wait to see what the next day would bring. I was awakened by the soft light of dawn streaming through the window. The train was still in motion, but the landscape had transformed once again. We were now passing through a dense forest, with towering trees that seemed to reach for the sky. The air was crisp and filled with the scent of pine. I couldn't help but think of the journey as a metaphor for life itself. We all start in one place, and as time passes, we move forward, experiencing different landscapes, meeting new people, and facing unexpected detours. It was a reminder that life's journey was full of surprises. And it was up to us to embrace them. The train made several more stops throughout the day, each one offering a unique experience. I explored bustling cities, sleepy coastal towns, and remote villages. I indulged in local cuisine, visited museums, and marveled at historical landmarks. The beauty of the journey was that it allowed me to savor a taste of different worlds, all within the confines of a single train. As the day turned into evening, I found myself lost in thought. The train journey had been a transformative experience, one that had rekindled my love for exploration and adventure. It had reminded me of the joy of meeting new people, the thrill of discovering new places, and the beauty of the world outside my window. Finally, the train announced its arrival at the destination. I gathered my belongings, feeling a sense of both excitement and nostalgia. The train had brought me to the place I had longed to visit, but it had also given me so much more. It had taken me on a journey of self-discovery, connecting me with the world and its people in ways I had never imagined. As I stepped off the train, I was greeted by the sight of my old friend, waiting with a smile on her face. The embrace that followed was filled with warmth and a sense of reconnection. We had both embarked on our individual journeys, but now, our paths had converged once more. The train journey had been an unforgettable experience, one that had left an indelible mark on my soul. It had taught me that life was a continuous journey, with each moment and each encounter adding to the tapestry of our existence. I knew that, in the years to come, I would look back on this train journey with fondness, knowing that it had changed me in ways I could never have predicted. And as my friend and I walked away from the train station, ready to create new memories together, I couldn't help but smile at the thought of all the future journeys that awaited me. Each one a unique adventure, each one a chapter in the story of my life.